It's 94.7 Blair Radio, our local guest segments brought to us by Turnkey Nerds 402-426-NERD and our nonprofit news brought to us by RVR Bank. Today we have Jake Dunn with us with the Blair Volunteer Fire Department. Thank you for taking a little time to talk to us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So we're kind of teaming up together this week as we are getting ready for Gateway to the West Days. And, well, kind of leading up to that, I wanted to kind of take a little time, talk to you guys about what's been going on, and then why do you do all the things that you do, especially during Gateway to the West Days, because it's not like you're not busy already. Yeah. So, plus you're a volunteer team, so there's give you the opportunity to talk a little bit about all of those things. So a little bit about you. How long have you been with the Volunteer Fire Department here?
So I've been serving with Blair since 2019. I was on Irvington for about 8.5 years before that. So I am a third generation. My grandpa was a volunteer for about 43 years down in Irvington, and my dad for 25. So been doing it a long time, grew up around it. It's sort of in my blood at this point. So
and the thing is, it is thank you for serving, thank you for volunteering to serve. And because there's this year has it been busier this year? It seems like it's been really busy for you guys.
Yeah, we're on pace. I mean, a couple years ago, we set a record and with the most number of calls. Right now, we're already over 500, so we're averaging 100 a month, and that's 3 or 4 calls a day. And like you said, we're all volunteer-based, so we all have full-time jobs, we have families, and it's a lot, and our team's doing amazing coverage, thanks to our mutual aid partners out there as well, Kennard and Fort Calhoun, Herman. They're helping us out as well, as busy we are, but it's definitely a busy time right now in Blair.
So really quick, just to jump off, the need is volunteers.
Oh yeah, we'll take any volunteers we can anytime. We know that it's a lot of training that goes into it, and we'll work with anybody at this point. So, I mean, if you've ever been interested, come down, take a look, come hang out with us for a little bit. The Gateway's a big time for us, so come down, hang out at the station, see what we're about, and see if that's something you want to give it a shot.
And then with that, really a big question everybody has. Well, I have a job and everything. How do employers work with that?
We have some great employers in the city that allow their workers to leave during the day to help us out. We have some retired guys that, help out during the day. Everybody has different work schedules. So we are thankful for the employers that let people leave during the day, but we also know, people have full-time jobs and have to take care of their families. So it's whenever you're available and able to help us, we'll take it. So
okay, so that's just one of those things we want to make sure that people are aware of, and that we give that opportunity for you to be able to do that. So now getting into Gateway of the West Days, again, like you said, you're taking on been taking like 100 calls a month, and 3 a day on average. Now Gateway of the West Days. But it is not only is it just a time to be able to be a part of the community, but it's also like your biggest fundraiser, isn't it?
Yeah, Gateway to the West is our biggest fundraiser of the year, next to our pancake feed that we do in the fall. But this is something that we rely heavily on to get donations and raise money for the life-saving equipment that we have. The trucks that we have are some of the best out there. All the life-saving equipment, the gear that we all wear is cost, and nothing is cheap. Everything keeps going up and up. So it's always a big deal to try to get any money the way we can by fundraising and all that.
And then how, like you talk about the equipment. So every piece of equipment has to be funded somehow as well. So you have to include the trucks and everything into that. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, everything. So we're all volunteer based, and everything we do raise some funds through our squad billing and everything like that. But everything else is going to be through donations and fundraising. So like I said, Gateway is our biggest of the year, next to our pancake feed.
So if somebody were to be curious, how much does it cost to run a fire station?
Very expensive.
Very expensive. You got to imagine, but it has to come from somewhere.
Exactly. I mean, it has to come from somewhere. And like I said, we're all volunteers. None of our guys are getting paid. None of them are, taking any benefits from that. It's all going into the equipment. You see us serving the community on the streets every day.
Yeah, and this year is going to be a little bit different than the way you've had. Normally, you have like a street dance and stuff like that, and bring in a band. But we're kind of teaming up. We're doing something to be more effective and more efficient locally, right?
Yes. So a quick rundown. We're doing things a little bit different this year. Going to switch it up, try to see if we can draw in more of a crowd. Big thing, this year is there's no cover charge. So anybody and everybody can come in, check us out, and see what it's like. We're thankful for your team. You're going to come in and play some great tunes and keep the crowd bumping and everything. The water fights have always been a big hit. We're going to let those sort of just run the course instead of having to rush off to get the band set up. We're going to let them run. A cool thing to let everybody know is last year we had 19 men's firefighter teams from, I think it was 8 different departments. We had 9 corporations. We had another 9 women's firefighter teams. So it's growing, and water fights are, far and in between now. It seems like more departments are going away from it just because of funding. So we're blessed to be able to keep doing ours, and it seems to be a bigger and bigger draw every year, which is awesome.
Well, and I actually came across somebody who's like, I was describing what the water fights were, and they're like, that's amazing. So you don't see it everywhere, and that's why you're able to draw these teams from all over the place.
Oh, yeah. I mean, growing up with my dad and my grandpa, they used to travel all over the state. That was a big thing, or throughout the Midwest. And, as departments, it's sad, but a lot of volunteer departments are losing funding, and they're just scraping by, so they can't have big fundraisers like this to have water fights. So we're blessed to be able to do that in our community and bring in other departments to see what we're about and show off our amazing community.
Yeah, you don't even think about that it costs money to raise money, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So, again, everybody can come on out, be a part of it to watch. You have actually the kids water fights and stuff like that too, don't you?
Yes, and that's another cool thing is we do the kids water fights. So a run down the day, we'll open at 10. We have a beer garden that starts at 10. We'll have beer, we'll have Coke products, water, and then we'll start serving lunch around 11. So we'll have hamburgers and hot dogs and chips for everybody to purchase. Those will go throughout the day till we end, and then the parade at 1. So hopefully everybody comes out and supports everybody at the parade, and then immediately following the parade, we'll start water fighting. So the kids. Water fights will be in the Washington County Bank parking lot right next to our South Station. You can get registration forms in the paper or at City Hall, and then turn those in the day of at the South Station. We'll be up there bright and early to turn those in. And then the corporate water fights, the registration deadline is the 4th, so I believe that's tomorrow. So all corporate get them in, and then the firefighter ones will just take any departments that show up the day of, or if they give us a heads up. And then you'll go live that night at 6, and we'll take the night on. So
we'll just go on from there. So how many? So the registrations have been out there for a little bit. Do you know how many teams are out?
So firefighter ones, the way the firefighter community works, a lot of it is you'll get a little bit of a heads up, but it's more, hey, who's there that day? So we know we do have a couple departments coming. Kennard's shown interest, Irvington. It sounds like a few from Modale. So last year we had people from Garland and Bede, Nebraska. So they're out about an hour and a half away, and it sounds like they're coming back again this year, so awesome. That'll be a big deal. Our corporate water fights, we've had a few registrants come in. I know Novozymes is going to take part. Cargill's always won. I'm hoping our returning champs, Edward Jones, won last year, so hopefully they come back this year.
Really?
So. Oh, yeah, Cargill 2 years ago, and then Edward Jones last year. So anybody wants to dethrone them, come on out.
Come on out, be a part of it. So get your business to be a part of it. And registration for the businesses, the corporate, is tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow we'll try to get in by end of business, so that way we can get everybody the bracket made and everything, and we'll get that out to everyone. Again, last year we had 9 teams. There's no limit. If your business wants to register 10 teams and pay the fee for 10 teams, we'll take it. So,
and depending on when you watch the video here, it's going to be tomorrow is Tuesday the 4th.
Yes, Tuesday the 4th. So
at the end of business, get that registration in, and it goes to City Hall.
Send it to the fire department. So it's all on the fire department social media page. Okay. You'll see our email to send it into. If for some reason you miss it by the 4th, give us a shout. Depending on how many we got, we might always take you all the way up to Saturday. We obviously like more notice, but there is some forms that need to be filled out and everything like that.
Got to be safe. Got to have the proper paperwork done, right?
Exactly. You can't have anybody getting hurt at a fire department fundraiser. So
that's exactly right. But again, what are you fundraising for right now? Is there anything in particular?
A lot of it's just going to be just updating equipment. So we're seeing a lot of equipment, we have cycles on it. So, every 5 years we need to update this. Every 10 years, we have our truck cycles that we have to replace trucks every so often. Gear is a big thing. So we have seen a lot of new members come on, which is great. But then with new members, we need to get new gear for them. So that way we keep them safe. So there's nothing in particular right now we're fundraising for. But it's just when something does come, we need to be able to have the funds that nothing's cheap anymore.
Yeah. So again, that is coming up Saturday and starts early. So you guys get going at 10 o'clock in the morning?
Yep, 10 o'clock in the morning. Gates will officially be open, and then we'll be there. I mean, end time right now is going to be 10 o'clock Saturday night, but if everybody's still wanting to hang out, we'll go as late as you guys want us to go.
Just keep going, right? Exactly, until the police shut us down for noise. Right?
Exactly.
But again, we're going to be a part of that. We're going to be bringing music. But so that has been a change, but it also makes it so you don't have to charge a cover to get in, right?
Yes, that's the big deal, is that, you know, we're thankful for your team to come in, and with bands we have to charge cover charge. So we've seen in the past where we'll have citizens, you know, outside the fence and enjoying it. So this way everybody can come in. We want to welcome the community. We want to show everybody what we're about. And we want to spend time with you. I mean, we spend enough time with everybody on calls. Now let's hang out and have fun this time. So
so come on in, and then, you know, buy hot dogs, buy hamburgers, buy, you know, beverages and everything like that, and feed the family.
Oh yeah, come down, feed the family, come hungry. You know, we'll have plenty of food. Hamburgers and hot dogs from the Blair Meat Market. Got to give them a shout out. That, you know, they take good care of us. So Taylor Quick Picks helping us out with the pop and everything. So, you know, give a shout out to everybody that's helping us. So.
And so those with families, you know, have the adults hang out and you know, enjoy while the kids go to the carnival and come back for more.
Exactly, carnival's right there, so it's family fun.
Family fun. Again, it's all day Saturday, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, is when the gates open, and be able to stay hydrated, stay fed. It could be a warm day. It usually is on that Saturday, isn't it?
That weekend's usually a really hot one, so it looks like it's shaping up this weekend for it again.
So come on out and enjoy and support the Volunteer Fire Department. Step in and ask questions about how to be involved, because there's a variety of ways you can be involved with the fire department, whether it is time, talent, or financially. So again, thank you for coming in and talking, and then reaching out to us to be a part of it.
No, thank you for everything you do. So.